My name is Eric Allen, and this is just another day at Outpost Echo Madre. It was the first build that my son and I built together, and it came from us coming here to BrickFair several years in a row, and after one of them, we just looked at him and said, would you like to build something and put in here? So that's basically what this came about as. It is not something that appears in the Star Wars movies. It actually only appeared once in the old Star Wars role-playing game back in the late 80s, early 90s. It is the Nen Karvan Imperial Rapid Deployment Station, which is a fancy way of saying it is the Imperial equivalent of the office trailers you see on construction sites. It's something that can be assembled on board a ship and dropped into place or built on location. But basically, it's just it's an outpost. It's very modular, something that you can string a bunch of these together and have anything that you really want. And because we just wanted to have fun with it, we put a lot of little vignettes in it to basically reward people for the longer they look at it, the more they see, and the more they see something they may not have expected. Like the Ewoks are recruiting Rocket and Groot. What could possibly go wrong? My favorite one is the rebel spies that have snuck up on the Empire, but the Tolkien elves have snuck up on the rebels and are laughing at how sneaky the rebels think they're being. But the sneakiest kind of elf of all is the Christmas elf, or the Santa's elf, that has managed to sneak up on everybody else.
What I love about this scene, what first caught our eye is, you didn't just go for one of the really popular movie scenes here. You kind of took this in a different direction, which is nice, because we see a lot of the same Star Wars scenes depicted over and over again.
Yeah, and see, that was the one of the things that when we were discussing, what we wanted to build, we didn't want to do something that everybody and their brother had already done. And so that kind of caused us to do a little bit of a deep dumpster dive into the old, I guess you call them legends now, but the old expanded universe where you just have all these great resources, great things, because this was out of a source book called Hideouts and Strongholds. And so this book was filled with exactly that, hideouts and strongholds, like you have some that's built into an asteroid or at the bottom of an ice crevasse or things like that.
So take us through the structure itself then here and the design of this and kind of what different elements we have here.
The design itself, this if it was a style, it would be called "Holy crap! What pieces do I have?" And basically, it's a shell. There's nothing on the inside except for support braces. Like I said, this is the very first thing that we tried building mock-wise. So this probably we could crack it open and use it as an exercise as how not to build something. But there are lights. It's a string of lights that you can get at Hobby Lobby that I've just ran through up underneath all the little brick windows, and committed kind of a cardinal sin with a hot glue gun, gluing them into place so they don't roam around. But I do eventually want to do a cutaway version to where it'll show all the stuff that's on this sign back here.
Yeah, almost like some interiors in there.
Right, and basically just put it up on its side like the sign is, so you could just kind of look inside. That way I don't have to rebuild that.
And then there are parts that move on top. You got turrets and that sort of thing.
Yeah, all the turrets move around, the sensor dishes as well, and it's just except for the communication towers. Of course, they obviously don't spin unless there's a really strong wind.
And you even won staff favorite at the show here, so congratulations on that.
No, I didn't realize that was going to happen. You don't put these in expecting to win anything. We put it in because we enjoyed building it, and because you see all these kids coming along and they light up on it, especially when they see Bob Ross with Grand Admiral Thrawn here. You can tell the people that have read the Thrawn novels, the Heir to the Empire trilogy, because they're the ones that are not laughing, not because Bob Ross is in there, but because it's Grand Admiral Thrawn watching him.
Yeah, this is so great. I love the little funny scenes you include, especially in like the hilly area back there. And then, like we mentioned earlier, a different approach to a different scene here. So I'm glad you were able to come out to the show, and it's your first project. So do you guys have more planned for the future?
Well, we've got a couple other builds over here. We've got some others that are in other areas of the show. And what we're working on right now for a future build is, if you've played Skyrim, there is the Hearthfire DLC that allows you to create your own home, and you can choose like different options. And so that's what we're working on now, is a Skyrim house.
That's great. We'll look forward to that then. Thank you for coming out to the show here, and I'm glad you could display this.
It's our pleasure. Thank you for stopping by.
Keep up the good work.
Thank you, sir.